Well, welcome to the Vicky Storm Show. Another exciting edition we have for you guys in store. And thank you so much for waiting for us. And yes, we are ready. We're ready to go on today. And today we have exciting ladies who are joining us in the studio. Yes, right here, brought to you by Zimbo Live TV and live in real time. We have amazing ladies from DHW, that's Divine House Women. And they're going to be talking to us today about who they are, what they're all about, and excitingly about the Christmas gala that they have coming up. Yes, it's that time again when it's all the Christmas spirit is up and everybody wants to go there, have fun with friends. But you know what I thought about? DHW is not just a group. It's they've described themselves as a family where ladies come together, they meet, they chit-chat, they share stories, they encourage each other in a lot of ways. Today I am joined by Linda, and I'm joined by Rhoda and Melanie as well. Ladies, how are you doing today?
We are fine. Thank you.
First of all, you look nice, well prepared. How are we doing this lovely day?
You're doing great.
Yeah,
we are fine. We're doing fine.
Now, you are the powerhouse of DHW. This is where DHW started, as well as Virginia, who is in the United States, and she cannot be with us, unfortunately, today, but she is actually watching. Now, we all want to know what Divine House Women is all about, where it began. And it's nice to get you founders to come in and start talking to us and telling us what you're all about. So, what is DHW all about?
Divine House Women, it is an international Facebook page. We are women from all, different backgrounds. We've come together as women, to empower each other, to inspire each other, uplift each other in different aspects of life. Because as women we face a lot of challenges, especially with these days, with the 21st century. We face challenges in education, family matters, health matters, nutrition, as women. So we've gathered together, as women, so that we can help each other in so many ways. Because as we discuss like day-to-day issues, that runs, every day. You see, so that's why we are here today.
I'm going to say I've been privileged to actually be part of Divine House Women, and having to start talking and getting to know you ladies. I joined the group and I said, I want to know what this is all about. I mean, you're calling yourselves a family. You're calling yourselves women that come together. You're also including different age groups. Is that the kind of values that you have and principles?
Yes. That's the values that we have, we have fostered as, Divine House Women, because we've got all women from different age groups. I would say probably from around the 20s, up to probably 100.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, because it's a group of, we've got housewives on the group. We've got grandmas, on the group. We've got aunties on the group.
You got single ladies
as well. Yeah, single ladies on the group. Yes, yeah.
So when did you guys actually start? What's one thing that got you guys to say, okay, let's start, and naming it Divine? Divine is a big, heavy word. Why Divine House Women? Why did you start? Did you get together to say we're going to form a group with these ideas?
Okay, I should say how it started. It started with ourselves having our personal challenges, and we are also looking out to other women, how they can impact change within ourselves. Because in life, everyone faces challenges at one point. So that's how it started, with that passion to wanting to solve problems women are facing.
Yeah.
So that's how it all started, and we started in 2012.
Yes, in August 2012. Yeah.
And you've been pushing since then.
Yes, we've been
Yeah.
pushing since then.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I know you have. You've had last year. You actually had another. Was it a gala that you did? Another dinner.
That was in
you did-
2012.
2012.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then this year again, you're coming back to say, right, we've gathered everything together, and we want to have another one.
Yes, this year is going to be fun. It's going to be different in the sense that we're going to do this, for a chosen charity. Yes, so we'll be raising money on the day. It's going to be fun this day because, on the day, because we've got so many things planned for the day. So, we just want everybody to come and, and to be part of it, really, yes. Yeah.
So the viewers at home, it's going to be on the 15th of November.
Yes.
And the details, we'll get you those details as we go on. Because right now, we really want to zero into what is Divine House all about. And one of the things that I'm starting to learn is that when you are leading a group of people, or when you're leading in a society, it means that as leaders, you've got to be exemplary, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And I think everybody will want to know, like, who is Linda, who's Rhoda, and who is Mel all about, and what are you what are you bringing in the plate for us women to trust you? As a young lady, why should I trust you as my mothers, as my sisters, and what have you got on the plate?
Okay, obviously, as I'm going to talk from my personal point of view. As a young mother, as a young woman, I've got like 3 children, and I'm married to the most amazing, men. Yeah, you can say that. So I'll be there to give you, some kind of advice in that aspect of, of life. That what you need to have fun before, obviously, you get married. Because personally, I had, I had my children probably, I would say, while I was quite young. So I would encourage, young ladies, to have fun, travel the world, obviously, before you get yourself involved in a relationship.
That's just brilliant advice.
Yeah. So I would just say, make the most of it while you are young. Because, once you get married, you can't just decide things for yourself. You have to involve your other half, to make that kind of, of decision. So that's what I would say.
And Mel, do you feel that way as well?
Yeah, I was just about to say, I feel the same way too as Rhoda. Well, myself, I'm a wife as well. I'm a mother. I'm a sister. And, just like Rhoda said, it's good to just have fun when you're still young. And I'm a DJ. I'm a lady DJ. And I enjoy it. There are not so many women DJs.
So DJ Mel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm well known as DJ Mel.
Yeah.
And, I'm known for, like mainly women events, be it baby showers, bridal showers, any women events there. And, it's just fun to go out there, meet other women, having fun and, encouraging each other.
And it's something that you enjoy doing as well.
That
actually,
I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
It's something that I really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So it's good to have fun, really.
Yeah.
And
and I'm thinking that because something you enjoy, some of the things then become business to you ladies as well. I know you're into business. In fact, all of you are into business, and I want to know about them. Soon we're actually going to play. I know Virginia is into business as well. We are going to play a video of her in a bit, but I want to hear from you, Linda, as well, in terms of.
My name is Linda Satimburwa. I'm the co-founder of DHW, and apart from that, I'm also founder of Global Hand of Hope. This is a charity organization I founded 7 years ago, and also I'm going into business as the Power of Business networking. This is an empowerment group as well about businesses, all types of businesses, and I've got a passion to empower women as well. So and through my personal experience, because when you are growing, you go through many different experiences in life, and I want to share those experiences with women. And also, I'm a very prayerful woman, so that's the name Divine Women, because our focus as well is spirituality. We want to encourage women to be spiritual, to focus on God in everything they do, to think about God, to guide them through whatever challenges they are facing. So our group is Divine House Women, is a group which focuses on business empowerment. It focuses on family issues. It addresses family issues. It addresses health issues and any other social issues.
Yeah.
So because women are faced with many challenges. For example, in family issues, there are issues of domestic violence. We've had so many women coming to us through our platform facing these challenges. So those are some of the issues we look into to help women from all over the world, from Canada, Zimbabwe, South Africa. So yeah, we have issues coming in different issues coming in.
I'm going to say one of the things I noticed, I do a lot of reading and research if I'm going to speak to someone, is that when someone then comes with an issue, there's always someone who's qualified to deal with it. It's not just anybody who's gone experience, but some of you, some of your ladies are actually qualified in those areas, whether it's social workers, it's nurses, and they actually give great advice.
Yes, we've got a lot of expertise within the group. We've got pastors within the groups. We've got health professionals within the groups. We've got solicitors. We've got health gurus.
And
dietitians
as well.
So any topic thrown at us,
you can handle it.
We can handle it.
Definitely.
Yes.
Obviously, if we can't, we refer them to to the professionals, to other agents, outside agencies.
Yes.
That's a good quality, because not everybody can do that. Everybody thinks that they can deal with it. So it's probably a good quality that you can recognize sometimes if it's over you and you think, no, we can't do it.
Yes,
that's very much people focused.
Definitely, yes.
So Virginia is in your team. A bit about Virginia, and she's in the United States.
Yes. What we do is also through empowering women, we encourage them to be entrepreneurs and not just cry poverty, because in some areas like where I come from Zimbabwe, there are so many women facing challenges who are very less privileged and they can't meet up with the day-to-day running of the family. So one thing we are trying to promote within the group is to use our talents. Because sometimes people they've got degrees which are just then they are sitting at home and doing, but they've got talents. Some they can sew, some they can do cooking. So we say you can start a business and use your talent to get money to support your family. So Virginia is an entrepreneur in her own right, and she is a fashion. She's into fashion
design,
and sewing. So
and she's actually a mother of 4 children.
On
so
top of what she does.
So we just encourage everybody that there's no boundaries, regardless of your circumstances.
I know we know what Virginia does, and I've had an opportunity as well to see a clip of what she does, but I want to show the whole world to see what Virginia actually does. Some of you may be encouraged. I hope you will be encouraged, because there are a lot of you ladies that can actually do these things at home, and she's doing it. I think it's a home and office space that she's set up, and there's some mannequins, and she's actually showing. It's not a long clip, but I think it's something that's worth looking at. So that's Virginia with her sewing going on there, and she's doing it.
Yes,
Yeah.
We encourage each other.
and uplifting each other with the business.
I mean, these are the things that you do at home, you sell, and they pay the bills.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they can at least they can pay one or two things and cover up. Yeah. So we have a lot more ladies in Divine House Women who are involved in business. I know you focus on health, on relationships, which I would love to talk about. You focus quite on a lot of things, but on business right now, you have other ladies that I'd like us to just zero in and talk about as well. They're into cake, they're into photography. Tell us a bit about them. We've got timeless photos.
Yeah, we've got timeless photos for the lady is called Liana Chibo. She's into photography, and she runs a successful business in wedding decoration, and so is wedding venue. She does quite a lot, really.
Filming as well. She does filming, documentaries, and weddings.
And weddings,
yes, and wedding photography.
I know what everybody else is seeing at home right now. You're seeing photographs for wedding photographs, and she takes from the backgrounds, and they're very, very beautiful. She's based in Zimbabwe.
Yes, she is. Yeah, she's based in Zimbabwe.
So it doesn't mean, you only have to be in England to be able to do these things, but she is being an entrepreneur in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
That's what DHW is all about.
And they can get hold of her through her Facebook page.
Okay.
The details are there if there are people interested in her work.
Yeah, so it's timeless photos, and if they can't find timeless photos, they can come to JHW, contact you ladies and say, can we have this lady come to our wedding or come to wherever, whether it's birthdays, whatever occasion it is, timeless photos will do it for you. You also have got Bridget, and she does cakes.
Yes, she does cakes as well. She's based in South Africa, and if anybody's interested in her work, they could come to DHW as well. Then we'll be able to provide them with the necessary details.
Some cakes,
Yes.
I want one. I want one of. Can you do one with my face?
I'm sure she'll be able to do that.
Like vanity or vanity.
I'm sure she'll be able to do that. Yes.
Yeah. Because she's very creative. Some of her work, you can tell she's decorates them nicely. The color schemes from birthdays to age groups, whatever it is, she puts it together very well. Yeah. And then the other lady we have is Tsitsi. Yes, tell me about Tsitsi.
It's Tsitsi Pasimpindu Tafirei. She's based in Bradford, and she does decor, any event decor, and is it only decor? And
she does decor, and I think she does salad making as well.
Is it the fruit things?
The popular fruit salad.
I'm not a fruit person, but when I see that, I'm like, oh, I want that.
So she's really doing well. She's a mother of 4, I think.
So what we want to let women know that you don't have to limit yourself. You don't have to limit yourself. There's a lot of things out there
that can be done.
You can go for and can be done. You have to empower yourself through education. Educate yourself in anything. If it is decor, filming, DJing, women, they don't have limits anymore. They are not like to stay at home and be housewives. But we are saying be empowered, be out there and do.
And
prove that you can do it. Not to just stay at home and cry, oh, I'm poor.
Exactly.
No one
Gone are the days, isn't it, where you just sit on the veranda and you start to talk about your problems now.
And then we have a lot of platforms where you can get some ideas from other women, and it's all about women empowerment and women networking together to uplift each other and empower each other. So there's a lot of support network out there.
I know one of you've got young ladies in your team, which we're going to talk about them later on as well, because they have a role they're going to be involved in during your gala. So we'll talk about them later on. Now, you also do things like immigration advice. You do from, like you're saying, from health as well. Now, I'm saying this because they're very, very important. It's very important for somebody in the society who needs help when it comes to papers or immigration, or who needs help back home when you're fundraising for somebody. That's wonderful things that you guys do.
Oh, okay. As for immigration, because we've had issues whereby people, they came to this country and they didn't get their papers, and up with being illegal immigrants and being asylum seekers, and then they become very hopeless, and to the point of where someone wants to even commit suicide because they don't have papers. And nowadays in the United Kingdom, life is so hard. If you don't have papers, you can't get employment, you can't do anything really, your life can't move. So we try to encourage them not to lose hope, and also to follow the proper channels. And we have lawyers in the group who can give them advice. So we do referrals, but we support each other to say, don't lose hope. You can make it. It's never too late.
And then my interesting topic as a young lady who comes, I mean, I read about all these other things, empowerment of being a young lady, or the advice that you give as well day to day, and maybe how to be a good mother as well, which I've seen where you talk about those kind of issues. And then you talk about relationships, and then it's like, gone up. Well, if you're home, gone are the days where you wait for Tete to tell you, or wait for Auntie to tell you in the last minute.
Exactly. Yes.
Unfortunately, that culture of ours where we go to Tete, to the aunties, is quickly fading away. So now women are relying on each other.
Exactly, on these social networks,
using social network platforms to get that sort of advice. And there are also a lot of expertise just dealing with relationships. Like with the upcoming event we are having, we've got Rachel.
Yes, we've got Rachel, Evangelist Rachel.
She just specializes in that.
In family matters.
In family matters.
Yes,
and counseling about relationships.
Consider my ticket bought. Because I'd ask and say, what confidence can you give me as a young lady, as somebody who's coming to join your group and be part of your family, as you call it? What confidence can I have to say, if I bring my issues forth, can I get the best? Can I get the best advice? Or will someone be telling me something that's probably negative? What is the one thing that can hook me to say, okay, you know, I'm going to stay in this family, and I'm going to trust you women. I'm going to also trust you to keep the confidence of what I've shared in that platform.
Okay, like I said before, we are very a prayerful group, and we are all Christian, and we normally, when we have such issues addressed to us, we pray about it, and we ask for God's guidance and God's spiritual guidance and help, and then we can talk about it, and we try to do away with negativity. We don't encourage it, we don't support it. So if there's a topic being discussed in the group and someone is trying to be negative, and we don't encourage it, we try to be on the positive.
On the positive.
Like recently, we had a lady, she was having problems, in her home, and the husband was very violent and abusive, to mention a few. Obviously, as a group of women, we had to help you, obviously, with advice, and we had to help you financially as well, because she didn't have anywhere to go with, with your family. So we do help from, actually from the grassroots. We just don't, as much as we give them, spiritual advice and, and help, we help them even financially, so that they can sustain, isn't it?
Well, that gives me certain confidence. And to the viewers you're watching at home and you want to know more about Divine House Women, you can go on Facebook. A lot of us are on Facebook. So go on Facebook, search for DHW or Divine House Women. You'll find the group. Yes, it's a closed group. Just request to join it, and they'll really love your ladies and a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
18
Yes,
from 18 years older. They can be part of this wonderful family.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We welcome. Yeah, we welcome anyone to join
Right.
us.
We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to have somebody else who's going to join us. The first lady, Pastor Mel.
Yeah.
She's going to come and talk to us as well. And then later on, we're also going to hear more about DHW, what they are doing, what else they're doing at the actual Christmas gala. Stay tuned.
Oh Lord, you raise me high. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Oh Lord, you raise me high. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ndaifunga kuti ndikaronga tsoro dzangu zvangu zvobva zvafamba kuita 1+1 ndopandavana2 zvangu zvobva zvafamba asi imi makanditi munodarikawo pfungwa dzangu vibaneni vabaneni munondisimudzira kwatiyuwira ndakatarisa ise munondisimudzira kwatiyuwira ndakatarisa munondisimudzira Jesu Jesu uyangipakamisa Jesu Jesu munondisimudzira Jesu Jesu. Oh Lord, you raise me high. Oh Lord, Babu Buddha deny it, Babu Pinda deny it, Google to send deny it. Jesus, Babu Buddha deny it, Babu Pinda deny it, Google to send deny it. Yesu anetakuonererwa, neupenyu wangu ine ndakakumburirwa. Nipika, denga rinosekerera, because of my life. Unondisimudzira, Jesu, Jesu, uyangipakamisa, Jesu, Jesu, unondisimudzira, Jesu, Jesu. Oh Lord, you raise me high. Jesu, Oh Lord, you raise me
network with a heart to inspire, to help, to encourage and uplift one another, and to favor each and every woman's life. Your support on DHW side, your contribution to the program, and your coming here today is evidence that we must be doing something great. We must be on the right track, and there is someone watching above. You are blessings, ladies, to more sisters around there that we know, and this is something for us to be proud of. Thumbs up, ladies.
Oh Lord, you raise me high. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Oh Lord, you raise me high. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ndaifunga kuti ndikaronga tsoro dzangu zvangu zvobva zvafamba kuita 1+1 ndopandavana2 zvangu zvobva zvafamba.
If we remember remember that when Jesus Christ died and rose on the cross. When he died and he rose on the cross, who were the first people to go and seek for Jesus? They were women. Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of John and James. Those were the first two people that went and seek for Jesus. Why is it that it wasn't a disciple? Jesus Christ used to move around with disciples. Why is it that they were women? Because we are women. We are vessels of love. Even though they knew that Jesus Christ had died, but in them, within their heart, within their spirit, they knew that let's go and look for him. Let's go and seek for him. Something is happening in the spirit. That is what a woman does. When your child, before she even gets sick or she even gets, you feel the temperature. Even your husband, when he's in a power mood, you can feel it, you can sense it in your spirit. Oh, Nancy, hallelujah. So it is already in your nature because God has made you a vessel of love, to love.
Oh Lord, you raise me high. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Oh Lord, you raise me high. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ndaifunga kuti ndikaronga tsoro dzangu zvangu zvobva zvafamba kuita 1+1.
So welcome back to the Vicky Storm Show. Yes, thank you so much for joining us. It's live on Zimbo Live TV, brought to you by Zimbo Live TV in real time. And we have today DHW, Divine House Women. They've been talking to us, telling us about who they are and what they are about, their principles, and why they started Divine House Women. They also told us about their support systems that they have. And also we're going to talk about the actual gala we're going to have on the 15th of November, Christmas gala, Christmas dinner, and some of us are going to be there. I'm going to be there with my nice dress and red carpet, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope you ladies are also on the same road.
Yes, definitely, yes, yeah.
Now, to introduce to the set is the First Lady, Pastor Mel. First of all, you look amazing.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming along to the Vicky Storm Show. You are going to be a guest speaker on the day. That is your role.
Yes.
We wanted to find out, I mean, having to be a pastor, and then you get the ladies asking you to come and speak in that setting. How does it feel for you, and what are your thoughts in coming to a place where there's lots of women and they want to hear from you?
Okay. First of all, I feel humbled and honored to be one of the guest speakers who are going to speak into women, because we are living in a time where the church has got to come out from its prayer realm and get into the action mode, because the church has been sleeping all this time, and we have to come to a place where we know we have to start acting, putting what we've learned into action. And I feel that it is a time for women to be empowered, because if women are not empowered, we're not going anywhere, to be honest.
Yeah. Now, the message that you're preaching right now, or stating to everybody, is, I presume, is something that you do and live by, where you are in the church as a pastor, and you stand there, you share your values, you share what the Bible says as well, you walk in it. But again, you also run your own businesses.
Yes.
And would like to know more, if you could tell us more about the business that you actually run and that you are involved in.
Yes. First of all, I'm a married woman with about 6 children that came from my loins.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
No.
21 years old.
Can I come for some advice on?
I can give it straight to you. Have many children. I believe we're at that point where we don't have to have excuses when it comes to life in itself. And we have to be women of prayer. We have to believe in our God. Because when Jesus is Christ himself, he believed in his Father. And we hear all along when he came on earth during his days, we would hear him say, my Father, my Father, my Father, my Father. And he even had to tell his disciples that when you pray, say, our Father who art in heaven. He admonished us to be saying, our Father who art in heaven. So therefore, when you know that you've got a Father who is covering you in everything that you do, you have to have this sense of belonging, to know that I have a Father who is covering me in everything that I do.
Yeah.
So whether you're in business, whether you're in ministry, whether you are in any fraternity, you definitely have to do it. We're running a successful business at the moment.
Yeah.
We have just integrated to be a multicultural business, and we are expanding. And soon you're going to be hearing, okay, Bazaars and Security opening in United Kingdom.
Oh, can't wait.
Oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm also into... I'm going to uni at the moment, and I'm doing my ODP. I recently had my fantastic results in my business BA honors in business management and entrepreneurship. I believe that we have to teach our children that work ethics have got to be embedded in us.
Yeah.
Because we have to work, regardless that we are people who believe God is going to do something. Because he ain't going to throw money right there.
No.
There's no money that's going to throw right there in front of you. You're going to work it, but God has got to be the center of everything that you do. That's what I believe in.
Yeah. Now, I'm also taken by the fact that you are a pastor, you've got children, you're a wife, you are a student, you're into business.
Yes.
Now, ladies, this is so much.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not even half of the things you're already. And I'm saying, how do you manage to balance everything together? How do you manage to still keep your heads up and still come looking beautiful like this? What makes you become that?
I always believe that when God becomes the center of whatever you do, I also run a successful women's ministry called Precious Jewels. And we are going to be celebrating our first anniversary in April. I believe that when God becomes the center of everything that you do, the challenge that we have today is we have a lot of people who want to put God in the things that they've already failed in. But was he in the equation, first of all, when you started?
Amen.
When you start, he has to be in the equation. You have to seek advice, because he said, I will send you the Holy Ghost. When the Holy Spirit comes upon your life, he will teach you, he will advise you, he will comfort you, because you're going to meet trials and tribulations along the way. But when he is there, he will embrace you and you say, come on, my daughter, we're going on. It is okay. It is okay.
Yeah.
And he gets in the way, and a lot of things just paves the way. But the challenge is when you even get in that relationship that you've got, and he's in it, as time goes on, hell breaks loose. You want to put him in the equation. Was he in there, first of all? So I believe in everything that I do, we have to put God as the primary factor, as the center of everything.
Wow.
And the Holy Spirit has to lead the way in everything that you do. And let me tell you something, everything falls in plan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amen.
Sometimes you don't have to plan. It just falls in plan, and you're like, this is it, I'm going.
Yeah.
This is it.
Wow. Wow.
Do you know, I mean, just with that, my ticket is bought. My ticket is bought, and I'm sure on the day it's going to be great and exciting for the other ladies. If you're watching this and you're still debating whether you should come, I think this is the time where you're going to DHW, Divine House Women. Get the tickets, get yourself a seat. Do not miss out. Tickets are selling fast, and they're selling like hotcakes. I mean, with just few minutes and we're already encouraged. What more a whole evening? What more a whole evening? So now, another thing I wanted to ask about was, you know, there's quite a lot of, and I love your take. I'd love to hear what you think about this as well. There's quite a lot of Facebook groups now. You know, you search on Facebook, there's women that, women that, women that. How do you know? How can one know where to belong to? How can one know where to go into and stay and trust and build that? And what makes you different from everyone else who's out there?
Okay, the way I see it personally, I see that we are not different. To start with, we are not different. We are all women, and we have these networks which we are going into seeking different advice from health matters, family issues, evangelism, spirituality, spiritual growth. So I see it as a network of women empowering each other. So my passion is to empower each other. So if there's another woman empowering another woman, I feel good about it.
Yeah.
So that's how I see it. So Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, because they do say that educate a woman. I'm sure you would have educated the whole village. Yes.
Yes.
So we just want really, because we all face the same challenges as women, isn't it? So
yeah, because what I don't know, they will
the next
know.
person
The
will
next
know.
person will know. And what we have to remember is no one is an island.
On your own, yeah.
Yes, no one is an island. So we need each other.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
And this is not a competition.
Yes.
Exactly, yeah.
It's not a competition. We're not living in a world where women have got to compete each other. We do not compete. I posted one thing that girls compete each other, but women and ladies encourage one another.
Exactly.
But the most important thing is for people to have the spirit of discernment. When you pray, when you're a prayerful person, the Bible says in Luke 18:1, pray. Pray. Men ought to pray.
Exactly, yeah.
The moment we pray, the spirit of discernment leaps in us, and I will know which group and which not group to join. Because the devil is coming, he's actually coming through these social medias as well.
And
so we got to be very, very wise.
Yeah,
Because if
definitely,
we're
yeah.
not wise, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
When the spirit of discernment leaps upon my life, I will know this is part of the group that I have to belong to. And this one,
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for me it would have been the sense of, if I say something and then tomorrow I hear someone else talking about it, and then tomorrow, but it's nice to come to a family, to a group where all that is kept confidential,
Yeah.
private,
Where
and I am
people-
protected as well
Exactly,
with
yeah.
those issues.
Yeah, that's what we promote. We promote respect. Respect for each other. Although we might have differences, but we encourage constructive criticism and not to backbite each other or attack each other.
Yeah.
It's not a good spirit, like what
Exactly,
Pastor Mel is saying.
Because it's okay to agree to disagree, isn't it? But you have to respect each other in whatever you do. So yeah.
Brilliant. So on the day we have other guests that are going to be coming in. I think we've got Eva Chirimuta.
Yes.
Could you just tell us a bit more about the other guests that are coming in as well, and maybe slightly a bit about their background, if you've got that, and who they are and what they'll be coming into the plate. We already know we're going to have some spiritual food coming in.
Yes.
So my ticket is bought. And then we've got someone's going to be dealing on the family and relationships. My ticket is bought. So I'd love to know more about the other people. Maybe some people at home will be wondering who else is coming, and they could, click with that and then buy their tickets to come.
Okay, one of our speakers is Lauren Shinouriri. She's going to be a host.
And she's a young lady as well.
She's a young lady and as well as a host. And she's an entrepreneur in her own right. She runs a pageant called Face of the Globe Zimbabwe. And Face of the Globe Zimbabwe is an international pageant. And they don't do swimwear, and they are not selective in saying you have to be slim, you have to be beautiful. Every woman is welcome. It's all about confidence building and empowerment. So she's going to be there as well.
Then we've got Portia Kambafemi, well known as Amaichila. She's a social worker, so she will be coming to to educate us on social issues, basically. Yeah.
Okay. And then you got Pretty Pamisa.
Yes, we've got Pretty Pamire Kamara. She is a nurse midwife in the public health. She's also into public health, so she's going to talk about health issues affecting women.
Which is very, very important.
Which is very important.
Very important, yeah. And then on the entertainment side, you have two lovely ladies which I really adore. You've got Sharon Rose, she's a musician artist, and you've got Melissa. And she was second princess Miss
Zimbabwe.
Miss Zimbabwe, and I think she recently graduated as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A bit more about them. Why did you pick them two?
Okay, we picked them. They are still young. We also encourage young women to be positive minded, and to also empower them, and also to let them be involved so that they can learn from the older generation who've gone through all these problems. We don't want them to go and fall into the same pitfalls we fell into. So we want to empower them encourage them and caution them that you have to be very careful in relationships. You have to be educated. You have to be empowered to have your own platform in your own right, which you can say, this is mine. And also to encourage them to be prayerful people. Yeah.
I think it's very supportive for to see the older people, not old as in old, but with the older in the sense of you are our sisters, you are our mothers, and the younger ones like Sharon, Rose, and Melissa can come, and their business is music, and you can support them in that. Yeah, so I think that's very, very brilliant. Now, when we come back, we're going to go for a short break, and when we come, we're going to find out more on the dress code, the venue. But before we go, any last words, any encouragement from you, because we're not going to have you back. Any encouragements to everybody who's watching at home?
I want to say to everybody who's watching at home, buy your ticket, because this is a time where we need women to be spiritually empowered. We need a society that's going to be built. We have women who are empowered, who understand that Jesus Christ is the center of everything. Whatever we do, we might look lovely, we might dress up, we might have the cocoa butter on our faces. But let me tell you something, if Jesus Christ is not the center of everything, we are losing it. We have to have our solid foundation and built on the rock, and the rock is Jesus Christ. So
Amen.
I double dare you, book your ticket, because we're going to discuss more about prayer, how you can even invoke the spiritual realm, and how we are going to download even the oracles from God, that you know which business to get into, which profession to get into, and how are you going to get empowered, even in your relationship, even if in your finances, and even in your health. Because Jesus Christ is the center of everything.
Definitely,
I would encourage every woman from every globe, buy your ticket, and let me tell you something, like you said, they're selling like hotcakes. We are empowered, we are praying for this event, and we are on fire.
First Lady, Pastor Mel, thank you so much for joining us today. Now, viewers at home, we are still going to come back, and we're going to hear more from the founders about the event. I mean, I want to know what I should dress like. I want to know how much the tickets are going for, and the venue, and everything that's going to be going on that day. So do stay tuned in. This is the Vicky Storm Show. So welcome back to the Vicky Storm Show. This is brought to you live by Zimbo Live TV. Divine House Women. Now, let's talk about the dates. 15th of November?
Yes, it's going to be on the 15th of November.
Where are we going to be?
It's going to be in Wolverhampton. The address is 211 Tettenhall, Wolverhampton, Linden House. Yes, yeah.
Now, in Wolverhampton. And in terms of the prices, what are we talking about?
The tickets are selling at £35 per person, and our closing date for the tickets is the 12th of November, because we're not going to accept any payments on the door. So we don't want you guys to be disappointed. You need to buy your ticket in advance.
In advance.
Yeah. And they're selling like hotcakes as well.
And I know, because we want, there's almost like limited space as well. So if you do not buy your tickets now, you might actually end up missing out. If you really, really want to be there, I'd really push everybody to buy way before the 12th.
Yes,
if they can start buying them now.
The
earlier the better.
You know, you've
right.
got your seat reserved.
Seat reserved. So seat reserved, transport reserved, because they're going to Wolverhampton.
Yes.
The dress code.
The dress code, oh my days. It's going to be a proper red carpet event. You just have to look the part, wear something that you feel comfortable in. You see, so just look the part, really, just be yourself
Yeah.
on the day. Yeah.
So red carpet, so there's some pictures coming up on screen. Just an example on the red carpet. You gotta look nice.
Wow.
And I know on the day you're gonna have Zimbo Live TV gonna be giving you a live coverage on the day. So red carpet will be perfect where people are nicely dressed and they'll be live on TV.
Yes, they'll be live on TV, and they'll have an opportunity to be
interviewed. Yes, and sell
Yeah.
themselves. So yeah.
So,
Now, one more last question for you, ladies. What are your plans for next year? Because I like planning in advance. Anything exciting next year, or what is your vision for next year?
okay, we've got a lot on the plate. It's all coming through in the pipeline, and we can't talk much about it.
You're giving it a secret.
And, lot of surprises.
Let's make a
And,
deal. Let's make a deal
we
now.
want to thank God who's taken us this far.
Yeah.
It's been a challenge here and there, but God
It's
has
got you
guided
back.
us, and
Yeah.
we are here with Zimbo Live.
How about we make a deal and say that when you now know the plans and you give us an exclusive.
We'll definitely, keep you in the loop.
Right.
So for those who are looking to buy tickets, we've got our numbers on the flyer,
Yeah.
and you can phone 0741 531 6064.
And 0790 440 4610.
Okay,
Or you can phone 0744 77169777.
I'm tempted to give out my numbers.
Do not miss out, because it's going to be fun.
Yeah. And you're going to be the DJ on the
yeah.
day. So we'll be having a dance
We'll be behind the decks.
on the day.
Doing our thing.
Doing a thing,
Yeah, I'm going to be the DJ for the night. So I've got, a huge playlist for you ladies coming.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's an event not to miss. You
Yeah.
got to come, and don't forget your dancing shoes. Just come and dance. Come, let's party, ladies. Anything, any music you can think of, I'm going to play any music.
Wow.
And we will all dance.
We're going to have musicians as well. So please,
Yeah.
please buy your tickets.
Oh, we've been reassured now. Yeah.
I mean, Mel, Rhoda, and Linda, thank you so much for talking to us today. Thank you for sharing Divine House with Zimbo Live TV and the Vicky Storm Show. We very much appreciate that. And if you want to buy your tickets, remember, go to DHW, Divine House Women. If you can't remember whatever we said, DHW, Divine House Women, on Facebook. Look for these 3 women. When you find them, bug them. Tell them you want to be there and be there. Come and share the day with us. I'm going to be there. Zimbo Live TV is going to be covering the event live. We are going to be there. And so more other people are going to come. It's going to be one family, one big happy family.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Christmas starts.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
Ladies, thank you so much. And viewers at home, thank you so much for joining us today on the Vicky Storm Show. We will see you on the next one.
Thank you, Vicky, for having us.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
So much for having
Thank you
us.
to Zimbo Live.
Big up symbolize.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ladies. Have a good evening.
Oh Lord, you raise me high. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ndaifunga kuti ndikaronga tsoro dzangu zvangu zvobva zvafamba kuita 1+1 ndamanhanatu zvangu zvobva zvafamba asi imi makanditi munodarikawo pfungwa dzangu bibaneni babaneni munonisimudzira So
a heart to inspire, to help, to encourage, and uplift one another, and to favor each and every woman's life. Your support on DHW side, your contribution to the program, and your coming here today is evidence that we must be doing something great. We must be on the right track, and there is someone watching above. You are blessings, ladies, to more sisters around there that we know, and this is something for us to be proud of. Thumbs up, ladies.
Oh Lord, you raise me high. Oh Lord, oh Lord.
Oh Lord, you raise me high. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ndaifunga kuti ndikaronga tsoro dzangu zvangu zvobva zvafamba kuita 1+1 ndomana 2 zvangu zvobva zvafamba.
If we remember that when Jesus Christ died and rose on the cross. When he died and he rose on the cross, who were the first people to go and seek for Jesus? They were women. Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of John and James. Those were the first two people that went and seek for Jesus. Why is it that it wasn't a disciple? Jesus Christ used to move around the disciples. Why is it that they were women? Because we are women. We are vessels of love. Even though they knew that Jesus Christ had died, but within their heart, within their spirit, they knew that let's go and look for him. Let's go and seek for him. Something is happening in the spirit. That is what a woman does. When your child, before she even gets sick or she even gets, you feel the temperature. Even your husband, when he's in a foul mood, you can feel it, you can sense it in your spirit. Oh, Nancy, coming about that woman. Hallelujah. So it is already in your nature because God has made you a vessel of love, to love.
Oh Lord, you raise me high. Oh Lord, oh Lord.
Oh Lord, you raise me high. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ndaifunga kuti ndikaronga tsoro dzangu zvangu zvobva zvafamba.